It's all been a blessing in disguise because Ink comes in on this system of automation pretty much by receiving checks, sending them over to Ink, and our clients have been super happy because they've been getting the payments quick. We're not having to go to the mail every day to send envelopes of checks.
And we're saving money with that.
Us as Home Safe Claims can basically attest that Ink is a game changer.
Thanks guys for coming on to the Ink Bus today. We're very excited to have our customers, on the bus and talk about challenges that we're all working to solve here in the industry. I know you guys over at Home Safe Claims are just doing a tremendous amount of work here in the state of Florida, and especially after Hurricane Ian. But I would like to tell the rest of the world about what Rodrigo and Eduardo are up to over at Home Safe Claims and their excellent team that we work with here at Ink. But let's talk about some of the challenges that you guys are seeing with the hurricane in particular. What are some of the first things that have come up as problematic?
Well, first and foremost, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ink, for allowing us to be here today. It's a pleasure. The bus is great, and the service at Ink is great. As adjusters, we take it to heart, our intention or our position as adjusters to help the consumer, help the insured go through tragedy, which is basically their home being devastated by such things as storms, as hurricanes, as leaks, as things occur, and all these things happen, and then the homeowner, the least thing they should worry about is their insurance company and how much they should pay them. And that's where we come in as adjusters, to basically walk them through a process to make sure that we can truly maximize their claims so they can bring their home back to pre-loss condition.
Awesome. So, and actually before we get into Hurricane Ian, you hit on a little bit of the mission statement there, I think, for Home Safe. Tell me about you guys. How did the company start? What kind of inspired you to get into the industry and really get out there to help homeowners?
Well, we're friends for over almost 15 years, and we know we tried different businesses in the past. And when we started, working as adjusters, we noticed that there's a great need, and people really don't understand, right, what a public adjuster can really do for them, and they don't understand the role of the public adjuster in the process of a claim. And we're people persons, so we really like to have that satisfaction, of letting someone know about a product that they already are paying money for. That really started motivating us, and we kept growing and growing, and we keep sharing that passion to others. And we've been able to really build a company that we feel proud of with the help of companies like Ink. We're looking to grow and keep providing great service. But that's pretty much how it started, the passion to really help in a need that the market had.
What's one really big problem in the industry that you would be passionate about solving if you could snap your fingers and solve it?
There's much to say.
I'm sure there is, but please share as much as you'd like.
And I'm really going to go ahead and try to keep it short here, Ryan, because the list is very long. If carriers would have a little bit more compassion and understanding of what a homeowner goes through when they suffer a loss, and not be such black and white as to certain things that really shouldn't be black and white about, can definitely help a consumer's misery turn into something that's not necessarily better, because the purpose of doing an insurance claim is not to have something better than what you had, but back to where you were before that thing that happened. If there can be more of a level of comprehension, better communication, and a better dialogue between adjusters or public adjusters and insurance adjusters, that we have one mission, and that is to bring that insured back to they were before this accident. I would say that just more comprehension, more understanding, and acknowledge more the situation that these insureds go through when they suffer damages or accidents.
And adding to that, another thing that I would love, like you're saying, with like that get fixed, is the understanding that the insurer, has when doing a claim. Like for example, most people call the insurance company and they do a claim, and they letting them know that they have damage, right, and that they have to pay. But they're forgetting two important things, which is how much you have to pay me and why you have to pay me. So you open a claim, you asking for payment, but you're not letting them know how much or why. That's what a public adjuster is supposed to do for people. You need a public adjuster to do a proper assessment of the damages so you can let the insurance company know this is what you should pay me, and these are the reasons, right, that are inside of the policy.
Do you think that there are some things that are left out in the process that shouldn't be left out for consideration of I guess, a fair award?
At the end, right, what the state wants is that the claim process is fair, right? Fair for the insurance company that is not taking advantage, and fair for the insured. So when someone does a claim, the insurance company hires an independent adjuster, right, that goes to the property to do the assessment. But that independent adjuster is hired by the insurance company. So it could be not so independent. So the state of Florida then has a public adjuster license, which is what we are, in the efforts to level, the ground. So an insurer should call the insurance company, so they hire their adjuster, but they also should call their own adjuster to do the inspection, so we can now be in the same, what's the word?
In the same page? Cohesiveness? Have cohesiveness?
Not page, but it's fair.
That's not one-sided.
That is not one-sided.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that, and they believe, right, that they're in good hands, that they don't need to look up on their own. And they do. You need to. You need to find out about the damage in your property. You need to hire someone on your own that lets you know what's going on, not the other party. But I guess, everything is in place. We're licensed by the state to do that. It's just that people don't know.
And to piggyback on what Eduardo was saying, and to answer your question, Ryan, where you're saying that if sometimes there's things that are left out or being left out of certain awards or stuff like that, I think in general, in every profession, for example, there's good doctors and there's bad doctors. There's good attorneys, there's bad attorneys. There's good accountants, there's bad accountants. And there's good public adjusters and there's okay public adjusters. Our role as a public adjuster has to be able to identify, to ensure that those things are not left out, that nothing is left out, that you're able to truly go through scope of damage, know exactly what is it that you're claiming, and make sure that you have a good and solid argument that will basically ensure that you're not leaving anything left out. That's what differentiates a good adjuster and a great adjuster. Us at Home Safe, we continuously stay up to date with the latest technologies to be able to maximize and create well-written estimates, and our understanding of statutes and changes that go through time to time to ensure that we are up to date with everything we need to be, to ensure that we are doing right by our clients by making sure that nothing gets left out.
Floridians are dealing with right now could be an influx of adjusters that come from out of state helping service all the claims that are going on, and they just aren't familiar with the building codes here in Florida, because I've seen that before. When you have an adjuster that comes down from Minnesota and doesn't understand,
Florida.
Building code policies and regulations where certain amounts of the roof need to be, if it needs to be repaired, then the whole thing needs to be replaced. And so the adjusters may not know, even though they have good intentions and they're working for the carrier and they want to come down and help these insureds, they may not be familiar with the state building codes. And that's why it's important to have somebody that is also familiar with the state building codes, that is, on their side to, just to offer a perspective from your vantage point. So
going where you're saying, because it's an important point. Whenever there's a hurricane and there's a great need for adjusters, a lot of adjusters will come right from other states to help, and that is great. They need to come, but also they're here on an assignment, right? They know they're going to be here for a month or two, and they need to get their job done. Now, you as a homeowner, you cannot leave, your claim to someone that has, a time limit to go. They won't be really looking at your damage, they're looking at numbers, unfortunately. So you need to have someone that will stop, and do a right estimate and negotiate, not fast, negotiate good, fair. Because when hurricane happens, also a lot of people are desperate and they end up, getting a lot less than they should have, in the hurry, and then it's too late. So that's also important to know, to don't rush when a hurricane happens, to really take a look. If you're gonna hire a public adjuster, if you're gonna hire someone, find out about that person. Go online, check them out. It happens all the time where we find clients that they've been, taken advantage just for trying to be quick. So it's always better to do a due diligence there.
So what does the future look like for Home Safe Claims? Are you guys looking to expand? Are you scaling into any other states, any other sides of the industry?
Absolutely. And Home Safe Claims has a growth mindset, and we plan to grow exponentially. And we are already licensed in the state of Texas. We're already licensed in the state of Colorado, and that's just the beginning. We created this brand. We're in the pandemic and going through changes of other firms that we were working for before, and we always had a desire to grow, a desire to expand, a desire to be a differentiator in the industry and create something big. And we had a vision, to create a company. And I always like to say that we want to become the Keller Williams of public adjusting, where we provide a platform for other adjusters to come in, learn, grow, stay up to date with what's going on, frequent constant training, and have a brand that speaks on loyalty, on support, on good service, on good reputation, not only with consumers but also with insurance companies. We try to be friends with insurance companies, create good relationships with them, because growth comes from that, having a good relationship with both consumers and with the insurance companies. We plan to continue to grow. We currently now cover also the whole state of Florida, not only South Florida. Our headquarters is in South Florida, but we have adjusters in practically the whole state.
If you had to give one piece of advice to a growing business owner, what would it
Be humble. We're not experts, we're not Superman. Continuously being humble and having a humble attitude every day is what allows people to grow. So by being humble is, you don't know it all. I don't know it all. Although I consider myself an expert in what's considered adjusting, I feel that there's opportunity and room for growth and every day. So stay up to date with what's going on with frequent changes. Read policies on a frequent basis to understand what's going on and what is covered, what isn't covered, what are exclusions, because that your business depends on your product knowledge. So stay up to date, be humble, and learn something new every day regarding what is your passion, which is adjusting.
I would say to never give up, and the never give up, it goes farther, more than just never giving up on an idea or a business itself. But I would say never give up on the day by day. Like I mentioned, we've tried businesses before that all fail, but we kept trying. So it's important to always know that you gotta keep moving forward. And a lot of times we start moving sideways, and gotta keep moving forward. Even if you don't look for perfection, just keep moving forward a little bit. Like Rodrigo said, learn something every day. And of course, humble. That's a huge one, that's huge, really. You gotta be open, humble enough to let people help you. Sometimes ego gets in the way and you lose great help that was coming your way because you were not humble enough.
Always strive for progression, not perfection.
I love asking that question too, because even though it can be, what's that one thing, right? That one thing can mean so much in a business, or in anybody's life, personally, professionally, or otherwise. But great answers, guys. You guys have been customers with iink here for the last how many months now?
Around 6 months.
6 months?
Yes.
Okay, so how has everything been going so far with just getting used to the platform?
I would say, if I can describe it into a word, seamless. It's been a seamless transition from our old method to us now using iink. In Home Safe Claims, we have I would say a pretty large operation in the office, and we have every department in the office to help provide service for our PAs in the field. So we have a settlements department, we have customer service department, we have claims processing department. Prior to our working relationship with Inc., our mortgage processing department basically had to be on the phone all day with mortgages.
Oh wow.
Yes.
What are they doing now?
They're using Inc.
Well, no, I know, but if they were on the phone all day with the mortgage companies, that's something that we're doing for you guys now.
Yes.
Are they able to spend their time on other things that are valuable for the company, or are they have they become more efficient?
Absolutely.
What was the gain? Because we always encourage folks, hey, this isn't to replace people in your company.
Yes.
It's to help make them stronger. This
Absolutely.
is to help make them more efficient, make them more effective.
And it's all been a blessing in disguise because Inc. Comes in. We get on this system of automation pretty much by receiving checks, sending them over to Inc. And our clients have been super happy because they've been getting the payments quick. We're not having to go to the mail every day to send envelopes of checks.
And we're saving money with that.
Yeah. So, and then all of a sudden Hurricane Ian hits, and then our business increased significantly. And if my mortgage processor is on the phone all day, waiting pretty much from 20 to 30 minutes per line, per check, per every single mortgage, to then put it in an envelope, then go to the mail, and then send the mail, she now has more time to work on other tasks to help the business move forward, as opposed to being all day waiting, transferring from department to department, writing down reference numbers on checks, then mailing them. So I couldn't ask for a better gig than working with Inc.
Awesome. I love to hear that. You know, I think a lot of folks sometimes are not thinking with their business mind, and they're thinking with their hearts, and getting a little threatened by the fact that this is something that could be taking over someone's job in their organization, or even that individual themselves may not want to adopt Inc. because they think it's going to replace them. But we always encourage everybody that this is a tool for you to use to enhance what you're doing throughout the day and get your funds when you need them. Did you guys ever use the advanced funding or just the standard processing?
Just the standard processing.
Okay, excellent. Have you used the free service, the Inc. Pay service with no mortgage companies?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Hopefully that's saving some time for you as well, not having to drive around town and collect signatures and whatnot.
No, it's been great. It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. The communication keeps on getting better, and it is just making our jobs easier and allowing us more time to do what we love to do, which is adjust. Adjusters adjust. Adjusters shouldn't be waiting 30 minutes with a mortgage company to get a check endorsed, because that's not our job.
That's not being efficient.
Our job is to adjust. A lot of businesses fail because they lack effective delegating. They lack trust, and we decided to trust Inc. and we decided to delegate effectively that very tedious process of mortgage endorsements to Inc. and the results have been phenomenal.
Yeah, and we did it in steps, because we were, testing in the beginning, and it's been great.
That's good. Yeah. Let me ask, how have your insureds received it? Sometimes that's another fear that, my customers will never want to sign something digitally, and that's not really something we can help.
Yes.
There's always going to be folks that are leery of doing online banking. But how have your customers received it, and how do you present it to them? How do you introduce it?
When we speak to our clients, we like to be thorough, and we like to always set the right expectations of what they should expect during the whole process. Once we receive a check, a call is made by our mortgage processor, and letting them know, hey, congratulations, we just received your check, whether it's undisputed or whether it's a final settlement. The process is the following. So she basically goes over the process, which is pretty simple, and then once that is explained, we haven't really had much kickback or more feedback from clients. They've just been very accepting of our process, that is how it is in order for them to get their funds quickly. This is the best way, and since I believe we've done a pretty good job adjusting their claim thus far, they trust us.
Yeah.
And with that trust comes results. And the results is that they're getting their checks in time. They're not having to sit around, wait around, and it's been a great experience. So our clients have accepted and embraced that very, very well.
And some people, have the old experience, right? Because they've done previous claims. And whenever they ask, why are you guys doing this? We explain the benefits, of doing it this way and the time that is going to save everyone, right? And some people take it, right? And of course, there might be some that say, no, you know what? I'd rather do it the old way. And we do it the old way, That's also important, I guess, for everybody to know that they don't need to go 100%, right, with ink. At the end of the day, the insured, right, will explain to them, and we make it a seamless process. It makes sense. So 95%, I will say take it. But it's important to know that at the end, they can decide what to do.
The benefits are there. And I always say features tell, benefits tell. And if you just lay out the features, it tells you about what it is. But then if you position how it can benefit their experience, how it can benefit their claims process, then it's a win-win situation for everybody.
What's the one thing that you guys would like to see us add to the app in the future?
I mean, you guys surprised us with what you do already. This is something that we didn't expect or know that existed. It came to us, we started using it, we love it, and if you guys just bring in more, I guess you'll just continue surprising me, because as of now, it's been a phenomenal experience. It's been great. Our clients love it. My staff loves it.
Yeah.
So,
which is important too.
Okay, let me flip that. What's the one thing that we can fix that would be super helpful for you guys that we don't have yet? Anything that we don't have, or something that right now could be improved?
I don't know, really. I mean, it's.
I really don't know.
The silence is kind of awkward.
Like,
it's kind of great too bad.
Yeah.
I really.
You guys, you get the job done, which is in a fashion way. So, and that's the truth. That's the truth. So, you guys are doing a great job.
This would have been presented sooner than great. I believe we could have processed a lot more claims because of the time it takes to call mortgage companies. Everything happens for a reason. You guys showed up, started working with us 6 months ago. The relationship is great. It keeps on getting better. You guys are in every single conference, every single event. You guys are making yourselves available to the adjusting community. Us as Home Safe Claims can basically attest that iink is a game changer. So thank you guys for everything that you guys do and continue to do. And I know that you guys are going to continuously enhance this process, and with new services and features you guys will be offering.
Awesome. Well, Rodrigo and Eduardo, thank you so much for spending some time today on the bus.
No, thank you. Beautiful bus.
Thank you. We
beautiful RV.
We
Nice.
appreciate it. We're looking forward to getting this thing around the country and sharing the good word about some better payments for everybody.
Yes.
And, how to help this industry out. So.
No, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ken, allowing us to be here today. Like I said, we love your RV. We love the setup. And let's continue growing and let's reach new heights.
Next stop's going to be your office. We're coming down.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Please.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.